Much to learn, you still have.
Yes, Master.
Hey guys, welcome back. My original plans for vlogging today, the short of it is I was planning on working on R2-D2's skin a little bit more, maybe starting the back part, but I'm not going to do that for two simple reasons. First and most importantly, the only car that the family has use of is in use all day today. So not only can I not practice driving like I've been wanting to do for several weeks now, but I can't get transportation to a place where I can get another glue stick and or more double stick tape so I can do more work on R2. So he's on hold until further notice. So yeah, my original plans for vlogging today have once again been foiled, so I'm going to do one of the backup ideas and do a book review. A lot of you guys have mentioned wanting me to review the old expanded universe, so here we go, and I'm going to start with the first expanded universe book since Return of the Jedi, and it's the first of the Zahn trilogy, Heir to the Empire. For a long period between, I think, 1983 and 1990, there was nothing Star Wars at all. It was a dry spell. So when this came out, people pounced on it. And ever since, this trilogy has been one of the most popular expanded universe series of all time. I mean, people just love this. The following for these books, the Zahn books, is almost as big as the fan base for Star Wars itself, so that tells you how big these things are. This one, of course, it was written by Timothy Zahn. It was originally published in June of 1991, hit the New York Times bestseller list, quickly climbed its way to the top. Okay, now, starting this new book rating system, I'm not going to be breaking things down individually. I'm just going to give you my personal opinion of how I feel about the book, whether or not I'd recommend it. Confession time, it's been maybe 2 years since I've read this book. I have read it at least 5 or 6 times. So I remember the general storyline, just not a whole lot of details. In a nutshell, the Empire is fragmented, the New Republic is centered on Coruscant. Grand Admiral Thrawn, who you all know from the Rebels animated cartoon, he was first introduced in this book, which is why you see that blue face on the cover. Yeah, he is a Chiss Grand Admiral in the Empire. Even though the Empire in the old expanded universe was extremely speciesist, I mean, to the point where that's why they enslaved Wookiees and all sorts of other aliens, highly human-oriented, kind of like Nazis being... They're basically based on the Nazis in this universe, where they discriminate highly against all alien species. So it's a miracle, I think, that Grand Admiral Thrawn climbed the ladder so quickly as he did. But it's only because he's so darn brilliant. He studies other cultures to know how they think, and that's why all of his attacks are so devastating. And the Empire in so the Empire has recruited a clone. Yeah, there's lots of clones in this series. Of an ancient Jedi Master named Joris C''Baoth. I swear I can't pronounce that last name to save my life. I know there was a pronunciation guide put out a few years ago, but I don't have it, and I don't have time to Google it. So anyway, this guy, I don't know whether it's because he's a clone or the influence of the dark side that he's been dabbling in, but this dude is legitimately wacko. He is crazy. 3 Fresh Fruit of a Happy Meal doesn't even cover it with this guy. He is so dang crazy, and he's been recruited by the Empire, and he's trying to reel in Luke, and by proxy, reel in Leia and her unborn twins. Oh yes, in this universe, she, by this time, 9 years after the Battle of Yavin, she is married to Han Solo, and they are expecting twin kids. This book is still pretty early in Leia's pregnancy. In fact, near the beginning, she's still trying to get back into Jedi training with Luke. Doesn't go so well. Leia's got her own problems in this series. In the first book, she's being apparently hunted by a race called the Nogri, Noghri, another name I can't pronounce to save my life. Anyway, they were formerly devoted to Darth Vader, and they're trying to get a hold of Leia, and there've been several kidnapping attempts, so she goes to Kashyyyk with Chewbacca to spend time with him. Maybe, if anybody can protect her, a Wookiee can. And we also get an introduction to probably one of the most popular expanded universe characters ever, known as Mara Jade. Short story of Mara Jade. She used to work for Emperor Palpatine. She was what's called the Emperor's Hand, worked behind the scenes as an assassin, highly force sensitive, but not necessarily, she's not a Sith because while she dabbled in both sides of the force, at this point she's pretty jaded, if you'll pardon the pun. And she just, she can use the Force, but she chooses not to most of the time. Imagine a female Han Solo who is even more sarcastic, even colder, and even more world-weary, and you've got Mara Jade. And the last telekinetic suggestion that Emperor Palpatine planted in her brain before he expired was, "You will kill Luke Skywalker." But when she ends up meeting up with Luke Skywalker, it's in her best interest, they're both of their best interests, to keep him alive, so she cannot follow through on her final orders. And there's these voices, this voice is constantly battering about in her head, and she's got her own issues, to say the least. Okay, so that's the story of Heir to the Empire in a nutshell. If I missed anything important, I apologize, but like I said, it's been quite a while since I've read this all the way through. And I've got a headache right now. So before I run out of battery power, I'm going to tell you what I liked most, disliked most, whether or not I'd recommend it, and my lightsaber rating. 5 lightsabers is best book I ever read. 1 lightsaber is don't even bother. Moving on, what I liked most about Heir to the Empire, definitely. The characterizations of Han, Luke, and Leia were spot on. He nailed these characters better than any other Star Wars author. Luke he's got that honesty, still a little bit of naivety, most of all, his compassion and his capacity for forgiveness. Because when he first encounters Mara Jade, he basically has no quarrel with her. I mean, he doesn't want to hurt her in any way, even after finding out she wants to kill him. And I think he honestly has the patience of a saint with this lady. I wouldn't have that much patience with somebody like that. No way. And of course, Leia's well written, and Han Solo. It's all, I mean, if you want to find really good characterizations of Han, Luke, and Leia, Timothy Zahn is the only place to go as far as that goes. They don't go out of character at all. They stay true to what we learned about them in 4, 5, and 6. And of course, Timothy Zahn's writing, this guy's in the master class. I wish he would teach a class on creative writing, because I would be there in 2 seconds flat. Oh my gosh, I could only dream of writing as well as he does. The scenes he creates and describes are so good that I agree with one reviewer, you can practically hear the Star Wars soundtrack in your head as you are reading it. It's that good. Now, what I disliked most about this book and the rest of the Thrawn trilogy were 2 little things known as Ysalamiri and clones. Ysalamiri are these little creatures, sort of like lizards, that repel the Force. They can actually repel the Force away from themselves and create a Force void bubble around themselves. And with enough of them, they can create a big enough field that nobody who's Force sensitive within that Force void bubble can either use the Force or sense anything. In the books, Luke equates it to being basically rendered blind, losing one of your senses. That to me is patently ridiculous because of what, if life creates it and makes it grow, a Force void creature should not be biologically possible within the Star Wars universe. It just doesn't add up. Now the clones are, and in these there's thankfully only 2 clones, spoiler, that we know the names of. The crazy old Jedi Master, cloned, is the main clone, but I don't know, this sort of brought clones into it, and the rest of the books took it and ran with it. So, yeah, the clones, no more clones, please. For the love of all things holy, no more clones. That being said, I would recommend this, or any in the series, or any books written by Timothy Zahn in a heartbeat. Because they're so good with their characterizations and storylines, and the writing style is just so good. So, I would rate Heir to the Empire with 5 out of 5 lightsabers. They're that good. So there you go, guys. That has been my very first Legends Expanded Universe book review. That's a mouthful. You'll have to please pardon my stumbling over my words because at the moment it feels like I've got something of a migraine headache going. We do have migraine medicine here, but it has caffeine in it, and caffeine messes with my head even more than this headache is doing right now, so I'm just going to have to put up with it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I am planning on reviewing the rest of the books in this series. If you guys want me to review any other Expanded Universe books, whether they're old canon or new canon, I don't care. Pick anything, and I will do my best to read it and review it for you guys. No guarantees on how fast they're going to be coming because I'm busy looking for regular work, and with the vlog and all kinds of stuff, I hardly have any time to read these days. I can barely set aside enough time to do a chapter a night. So, you're going to have to be patient as far as book reviews go. I've noticed that on average, my videos are getting... There's certain videos that are far less popular than the others. The most popular videos I've come out with are the reaction videos. The problem with those is I cannot monetize them because they have copyrighted and non-original content in them. Now, you guys have heard that the monetization is my only form of income at this point, other than the few patrons I've got now on Patreon, and soon coming soon the t-shirts. But I need to find a way for better audience retention. I lose an average of about 1 or 2 subscribers a week. And I gain maybe 3 a week, so it's the classic thing, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I need better audience retention without doing all reaction videos. That being said, the question of the day is, what vlog do you want to see me do more than anything else? Which kind of vlogs do you like the absolute most and that keep you coming back for more? That way I can weed out the ones that aren't as popular and focus on the ones that are as popular. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like it, go ahead and click that little subscription button below. So, I'll see you everybody tomorrow, and until then, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye, guys.